Hi people, welcome back to my channel. Today is the long awaited what I crochet in 2025 video. So I have a list of everything I crochet. Thankfully I take pictures of every single thing I crochet, and I also put them sometimes on Instagram. So had to search through archives, and I take a lot of photos and send and screenshots, stuff like that. But I have my list of everything I crocheted. Let me scoot over this way so that I can put it right here. The first thing I made was this purple headband for my grandma. It's just basic purple headband. The next thing I made was this purple hexagon sweater. It took me, I think it used about 2 skeins. It didn't take me that long because I was making it at night, and I guess I don't know, you don't really have a sense of time at night, so you just go through stuff fast, and that's what I did. I made 3 flower bouquets because I wanted to try making crochet flowers for Thanksgiving so that I could sell them, and I did. I sold 3. Next, I made is used in a loose definition here. I made this pink hexagon sweater, but I never finished it. It's supposed to wrap around and be like a wrap sweater, but like I said, I never finished it. So I also made this tulip headband, took pictures, posted it on my business Instagram. People liked that one. I was sitting in a concert for school, I don't know what it was. I think it was the orchestra. I don't know, but somebody saw it on my head and they were like, oh, that's cute. I made matching shorts for the granny square sweater that I made last year. The shorts are right here, and thing is, they're actually too big now. They used to fit perfectly, but I never weaved in the ends, and I was always putting them on and wearing them because they're like lounge shorts and they're comfortable, so they too big now. But I did make them. Then next I made, these are all orders. I made a crochet bee. I made an octopus. I made this frog with a cowboy hat, and then I made an elephant. The next order, I also made this daisy sweater. This took forever. It took a bunch of skeins. It didn't, usually when I make hexagon sweaters, it doesn't take me that long to make them. And then it's not that much bigger than my usual size hexagon sweaters. So I'm like, why is this taking me so long? I made it at the beginning of summer, and it took so long. And I also had to make the granny squares, weaving in all those ends. I don't wish that type of pain on my worst enemy. That was horrible, but it got made and shipped off. And then I was like, wait, when I tried it on, I was like, I like this fit. I like how it's just nice and cozy. I might make one of these again just for me, an oversized one. Never did. Yeah, so no, I don't think I'll be making an oversized cardigan this year either. It's just, that was too much. I don't know. The next thing I made was this white bolero. I had got my hair done, and I used 44, 27, and 30, and that was the first time I did a color combination. As you can see, I'm used to it now, but that was the first time I had done a color combo. So I took pictures in my bolero and my outfit, and it was the beginning of summer. The next thing I made was this Kimmy and Tanelli hat. For some reason, I cannot find it, but I still have a picture of it. I got really into F1 this year. Last year, I liked it, but this year, I actually followed the entire season. And Kim is my favorite rookie, so I made a hat with his numbers on it and then the Mercedes team colors. I made this beach hat. Basically, what I did was I searched Pinterest. I searched summer on Pinterest, and it gave me a bunch of pictures, and then I just used those pictures to make this hat. I think I made a TikTok about it. The next thing is another unfinished project. It's an unfinished star blanket. This star blanket was supposed to be for my dorm, and I actually did use it in my dorm. I just never finished it. Like I did the 6 days or 5 days, but after that I didn't finish it. I didn't use all the skeins. I still have skeins left, so yeah. Maybe one day I'll finish it. The next thing is this willow bag. I call it the willow bag because I used the willow granny square for the pocket. It's a mesh beach bag. I made it because we were going on vacation and I was planning to make a video. I think I recorded it and then I just forgot to edit it, but I was planning to make a video to post of crocheting things for vacation. So I crocheted this willow bag. I crocheted a short sleeve purple bolero, and then I also crocheted this pink vest, and I wore them all while we were on vacation. Next thing, I was doing a challenge on my TikTok where I posted every day for 20 days leading up to like my shop lunch. So I made these 3 collegiate bucket hats. LSU, Mississippi State, and Alabama, the big 3 of the SEC or whatever. Then I made these hats. I made 4 of these as orders. They're just graphic hats. I also made this tissue box for back to school. This was in the back to school era, so I was making school type stuff. So I made those hats, and then also this tissue box for my aunt who's a teacher. And I also made a flower bag. It's hanging up. I just don't feel like grabbing it. I made a flower bag. It took me a while. It took me because when I was looking through pictures, I saw like 1 square, 2 square, 4 squares, sewed it all up like in different. The pictures were like here, 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 and it was like split up of 2 weeks because I was very busy this semester, so I didn't have a lot of time to crochet. But I did make this bag. I also made this granny square book sleeve as a birthday gift, and this Ferrari jersey because I was supposed to go to an F1 race in Vegas, but our flights got canceled. But I still have the jersey, so that's one good thing from that trip. Then I made this cat plushie. Where is it? We'll go. I love the fluffy yarn I used. Ignore the sun. I know it is janky, but I love it. I also made these 2 hats. These 2 hats with a W. I only have a picture of one for some reason, but this is the black one, and then I also made a red one. Then I was like, I need to get rid of my stash of yarn because I have a lot of yarn, and instead of buying new ones, I need to like just make a bunch of creative projects to get rid of my stash of yarn because it's too much. So I made this star cat beanie. This is like the first cat beanie I've ever made that has fits. Y'all know last year I had a problem with making hats fits, especially cat beanies. This one actually fit. I made this Sue Sprite cat beanie. It's my original design. I was watching, not Spirited Away. I was watching My Neighbor Totoro. So I came up with this design for Sue Sprite cat beanie. I made this granny square cat beanie because I'm still doing a crochet series on my crochet TikTok where I make things I've never made before, and I've never made a granny square cat beanie, so I made that. I made headphone covers. I made a trapper hat because I saw one in the beginning of December, and then Camera Kane released a tutorial, so I used that tutorial to make it. The base yarn, I hated it. I hated using it. I hated the texture of it. No. So if I make it again, I'm just going to use my regular I Love This Yarn acrylic yarn because that yarn that I used for like the base of the hat, I hated it. But the fluffy yarn was okay. Then I also made this purple and black striped cat beanie. I made this brown belt. I made these wrist warmers because another series I'm doing on my TikTok is, what is the series? Oh, using a wheel generator of character names to de-stash my yarn. And when I first spun, I got Nightwing, my favorite superhero, so I made wrist warmers based off the finger stripes on his costume. Yeah, that's all of the projects I made in 2025. I was probably spitfiring the projects off in this video. I don't know why I was talking so fast, but in total I made 41 projects. I can't remember how many I made last year. I think it was 40 as well. So sticking with the theme of making 40 plus projects, and hopefully this year I will also make 40 plus projects, and I will also film and record and post more of those projects. But that's all for this video. I hope you enjoy seeing my projects. I hope they inspire you on your own crochet projects, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye.